All right, despite a couple of analyses, one by a liberal group, another by a nonpartisan watchdog, showing that Senator Kamala Harris has one of the most progressive records in the entire Senate, many continue to describe her as a moderate. So here she is on some of the hottest issues in her own words.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Let me just be very clear about this. I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health, period.
It is not an exaggeration to say women will die. Poor women, women of color will die because these Republican legislatures in these various states who are out of touch with America are telling women what to do with our bodies.
Well, Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn serves with Senator Harris on the Judiciary Committee, and they've tussled on a number of these issues. Senator, good to have you back.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Okay, so let's start there with these issues of state laws and other measures that she says will actually endanger women's lives by restricting their access to abortion. But a couple things on her abortion voting record. She voted against a permanent ban on the use of federal funds, that's taxpayer dollars, for abortion or health coverage that includes abortion. Also voted against banning abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. She's got a 100% rating both from Planned Parenthood Action Fund and NARAL Pro-Choice America. But is that the mainstream, Senator, and are you and your GOP colleagues the ones who are out of the mainstream on this issue of abortion?
One of the things that we know is that she is out of the mainstream. As you know, Shannon, the majority of Americans support a 20-week abortion ban. They also are for banning the use of federal funds when it comes to abortion. They don't think taxpayers should pay for that, and I think they're exactly right. Taxpayers ought not to pay for abortion. And when you look at Senator Harris's record and look at her vote, she's for the Green New Deal, she's for socialized medicine, she is for confiscating your guns. She kind of giggles about the Second Amendment. She is somebody who would support sanctuary cities. She's for open borders, she's for health care for illegal aliens, she's for letting felons vote from prison. And this is her list of things that she is for. So a President Harris, a Vice President Harris would be very dangerous for the American people. And this is by far the most radical leftist ticket that the Democratic Party has ever put forward.
Well, Vice President Biden has promised to be the most progressive president ever if elected, so that's his own vow. I want to read something from a letter dated August 6th, signed by a number of female leaders called We Have Her Back. This is before the public selection of Senator Harris. They said, women have been subject to stereotypes and tropes about qualifications, leaderships, looks, relationships and experience. Attempts at legitimate investigations of a candidate have repeatedly turned into misguided stories that perpetuate impressions of women as inadequate leaders, warning the media, saying we will be watching you and we expect change. Essentially, there have been very clear messages sent that if you criticize her in any particular way, that it will be viewed as potentially sexist and or racist. The media has been put on notice.
One of the things I think we need to note on that is that Kamala Harris has made history today, and we congratulate her on making that history. Here is what I would say to those that wrote the letter. Why would you choose to treat a liberal woman differently than a conservative woman? If you want to make certain that the treatment of women is going to be fair and equal and respectful, then you want that for all female candidates. Look at the way conservative women are treated by the media. You would think that conservative women are at the bottom of the pecking order in Washington, D.C. If you are pro-life, then the liberals say, well, you can't possibly be pro-woman if you are pro-family. Well, you know, we think that government ought to have a big role in this. If you are pro-business, then they will come at you for that. They want you to agree with them on every point. So if they want to talk about the treatment of women, let's make certain that all women are treated fairly by the media.
Well, we'll be watching because that's going to be a big theme this time around.
Yes.
Senator Marsha Blackburn, great to have you with us again.
Good to be with you. Thank you.